And good scholars who are up to date on the literature won't tell you that Acts is written around 80 or 85. Okay, that's no longer responsible. But most are going to put it about in that gray zone between 100 and 125. It hasn't quite trickled down to the general population. So, your preacher might still tell you that, Acts is written in 60 or,
Right.
80.
They're never going to stop doing that.
That is becoming increasingly implausible. Okay. But that's basically the sense that the person writing this could not have been earlier than Josephus. And there you go. So he has to be about 100 or later. And if you don't want to go all the way with me up into the 140s and 150, fine. But the responsible position is we're no longer in the 80s here, folks. That's no longer responsible.
Here is the image I made before we started, me and my buddy, Steven Nelson, okay? Highly technical, but for anybody who's interested, these are the 4 earliest manuscripts that we have, like any papyri, like data of Acts, right? Or Luke Acts, if you will, the Orthodox version that we carry today. P4, P75, P69, P48, and the P4, P75 is, from what my friend understands, and maybe you can correct us here, late 2nd, early 3rd century to show that's the Alexandrian text. Then the Western text is like early 3rd century, and that's P69, P48.
Yeah, no, exactly. They're at best late 2nd century, but they're probably 3rd in my money.
Yeah. I was thinking about this. Even if we grant it, let's pretend he actually created this proto-gospel, which, there's some people who want to argue that he created it. That would still put it in like 130-ish, right, at best, and that there's a updated version of that, which if you were to try and say he did that, which he's saying no, he received. How did he get this proto? And then I'd like to get to these super chats. How did he get this gospel? Does he mention that, or we don't know?
Marcion never says that he got the gospel. He just says this is the gospel. So we have to make a scholarly intuition here, and the intuition is that this is simply the gospel that existed in Marcion's time in the area of Pontus. The only thing that Marcion claims is that somebody corrupted his gospel and made it into canonical Luke. So don't take it from me. Go and read some of these books. Okay, but basically Matthias Klinghardt thinks that Marcion's Evangelion is even older than Mark and is actually the source of Mark. But it is important to know that the Evangelion is the source of canonical Luke, and that's what I've tried to show here.